Hello, my name is Pat Tracy. I'm with KLVW and I'm in the Encore Coffee Lounge today. And I was lucky to have my friend Thomas come in and have a cup of coffee with me. Well, it was just a little while ago. It seemed like just a tiny little bit of time that I was listening. I was sitting here in the coffee lounge in the morning and I heard this music coming, and I had to go over and take a peek in and see what was going on. And somebody was playing the piano. I didn't interrupt him, but then he came into the coffee lounge, and it was Thomas. And I asked him what his name was, and if he was new in the village. Obviously he was. And he told me his name was Thomas, and I said, "Oh, that's nice, Tom." "Oh, no, my name is Thomas." So ever since then, I just knew that this guy was going to be a really special asset to our village.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Yes, I don't like to be called Tom.
Yeah, I know. And I've come to love him. He has done so many wonderful things in this village. So when I asked him, I said, "Where'd you come from?" And where did you come from?
Oh, well, I was born in Bergenfield, New Jersey, but I came from California because I was there for almost 40 years before moving back to New Jersey when I retired. Mm-hmm. Yes. And my mom and dad lived in the village. My mom still is living in the village. She's been here about 20 years. Yeah. And I was retirement age, and she was alone, and I thought, well, perfect place to retire.
And oh my God, I'm so glad you came. And
yeah, me too.
So one of the first things that he started to do was this walking every Saturday morning.
Yes, because when I was in California, there was a walking group that met on Saturday morning, and I had just moved from San Francisco to San Jose, and I had no friends there. And then I joined this walking group, and I made lots of friends that way. So I thought, well, that would be a good way to make friends here in the village. So through the LGBTQ group, we started this Saturday morning walkathon, and it meets at 9:30 Saturday mornings. Anybody is welcome, and we often have 10 or 15 people walking with us. We walk maybe a mile and come in here and talk. Just like you and I did.
Just like we're doing.
Just like we're doing now.
That was very special for me, and I did that for a while, but then the winter came and I became a bear.
Hibernator.
Hibernator. Not a carbonator, but a hibernator. So then the other thing that he started to do, well, I asked him what he did in California, and he said he taught music.
Right. I was an early childhood educator for a long time, working with children starting at infant up to about age 12. Wow. I was a Montessori teacher, so I taught a lot of 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds. I really liked that age group, working with young people. And then the music teacher quit, and I got the music teacher job, which was really the perfect fit for me. I was very happy from that moment on. Mm-hmm. And so for 25 years, I did that.
That was good.
It was very good. And so that's why I like to play the piano. I love music. I love playing my guitar and my ukulele, and used to play the piano a lot more than I do now. I don't have time for it so much. Well, I was in California too. I sang in a barbershop chorus, which is four-part a cappella harmony. Mm. And we had wonderful directors, and every single week was a voice lesson. So I learned a lot about how to sing and singing and music from them.
And then you brought it here.
Trying to. Well, another thing that happened in California, there's a group of people that meet on a beach in Santa Cruz, California. Santa Cruz was another hour south from where I live. But every Saturday morning they have a program called Sons of the Beach. And Sons I know, it sounds funny. Yeah. And it's a ukulele group, basically. And so there were maybe 150 people in a circle playing the ukulele, and then if you wanted to play the guitar or a drum, and there were people doing interpretive dance in the sand, and it was great.
Sons of the Beach.
Sons of the Beach ukulele group. So I wanted to start a ukulele group when I got to the village too. So I started going into the music room, and then I met Ed Cicciarelli at the pool and John Calderoni, and we started meeting as, just going in there and singing songs. And then when Ron Owens decided to join the group, it took a huge leap forward. And now we have a pretty consistent crowd in the music room on Tuesdays. From 1 to 2:30, anybody can come. It's welcome. It's open to everybody.
And not only that, you entertain at a lot of different clubs. They all want you. They all want you.
Well, we don't pass an opportunity by if they want us. So yes, we performed that because it's Thursday, and at the Irish American Club, and for the Nightingales, and at the
Garden.
The Garden, at the Butterfly Garden ceremony.
Sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy, it don't miss a tree. And only the killer is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Everybody. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All together now. Oh, what a beautiful day.
So there have been a few opportunities for it,
It's
and
wonderful.
I'm very grateful for them, and we have a good time.
Yeah.
It's one of my goals, one of my visions to just share music with people. I think music is very, very healthy for a person to sit and sing, because most people sing when they're children, and then as they grow older, they become shy, or they think they're not good enough, or I don't sing, or you don't want to hear me sing. You hear
that before.
Hear that a lot, right? And I don't believe in any of that. I think anybody can sing and anybody can learn to sing. And so that's really what the Tuesday Troubadours are about. It's everyone coming to sing along songs. Because I have these great books with 365 songs in them. A lot of them are songs that everybody has heard before in the past. And so they're familiar. So they sing, and up front when I'm looking out, I always see people smiling, and so it's a healthy activity.
It's a happy time.
It's a happy time.
You forget about everything that's going on, and there you are.
Yes, I think it's a very healthy way to spend an hour and a half on Tuesdays.
No, I think it is too.
Yes.
And some people in your group are now taking the effort to sing in front of people, like Leah.
Oh, Leah, but Leah's a great singer. She's always been a great singer. Yeah.
And Peggy.
She's a great singer too.
I know. I mean,
It's not because of me. They've always been great singers.
I know, but you encourage them to.
Well, or give them a venue where they can do it, maybe. Yeah, like Christina, I had an extra ukulele hanging on my wall. I said, "Here, take this ukulele, take this book, go home. If you'd like to learn, eventually you'll either buy your own ukulele, or you'll give it back to me and say this doesn't work for me." Well, about a month or 2 months later, she bought her own ukulele, gave this one back. So I have that one lent out to someone else now to see if, in fact, it'll work. The more ukulele players, the closer we get to the
Sons on the Beach.
Sons of the Beach.
can go down to Point Pleasant or something.
Yes, right, do it would be great.
Yeah, be different. So the other thing that I need to tell our audience about is the 90-year-old day that they did.
It was a luncheon that we did for 9-year-olds.
90-year-old.
90 plus. And well, my friend Wayne and Earl and Charlie and I were sitting around, and we were saying it would be great if we could give back to the communities, give something back to the community. And we had no idea how well it was going to be received, but it was received
It was
fabulously.
wonderful. Wonderful.
Yes, a lot of people donated money so that we could put it on, and Tuesday Troubadours were there singing,
That was wonderful.
and it was a good time. A lot of the 90-year-olds said it was very, very special for them, and no one had ever done anything for them before, and all that. So
Maybe we'll see it again.
yes, there are people talking about turning it into an annual event.
See that?
Yeah.
All the good things that you brought to this village.
Well, that's very sweet of you.
No, that's very true. I'm not. The other thing that he's done is Qigong. I call it Qigong because that's what I do. But he has a different version.
No, it's not a different version at all. I just call it Qigong, but it's most people call it Qigong, but it's about moving Qi through your body, and Qi is life energy. So I just call it Qigong.
Okay, so but didn't you say something about a forest or trees or?
No, okay. I study spring forest Qigong.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Because I met online the person who has a business called Spring Forest Qigong.
Spring Forest.
But it really worked for me. I mean, I drank the Kool-Aid, the Qigong Kool-Aid.
But you're still alive.
Yeah, it's a good Kool-Aid. And so that's the kind of Qigong that I practice. So when I was sharing it with different village people, I had to make sure that I was telling everybody that it was Spring Forest Qigong and not, Thomas Qigong or something like that.
Yeah. So
It's basically a movement meditation, and you invite positive emotions to enter into your being, and you ask the energy of your master to come into you and help you with your day and help you with your practice, and you invite the emotion of joy in, and the emotion of happiness in, and the emotion of contentment, and the emotion of peace. And I mean, that's just a very healthy activity.
It
If you
certainly
just
is.
stop for a few minutes and think of 5 things that you're grateful for, that's going to lift your spirit. That's going to lift your energy, and
give you a new attitude.
you'll be,
Change in your attitude.
and people will see it, and they'll go, "Well,
Yeah,
that?
what do they do?
What's going on over there?" And they
Yeah.
might want to talk to you. But
How do they be happy all the time? And what makes these people happy all the time?
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know, I get that sometimes. I mean, from myself.
And so for a long time, I was really wanting to maybe start a Qigong class in the village. And a few times I met with groups of people in the village, maybe 10 at a time.
Yeah, I remember.
Were you there?
Yeah.
Oh, and it was good, but then I wondered, well, maybe I'm pushing something that I really like, and maybe, why should everyone do it? So, but one of my goals is to become a certified Qigong instructor, so that I might do that down the road when I need something to do. You always have to have something to do.
Oh, I
especially
totally
when you're
agree.
retired.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
I studied Qigong too, but it was different than your. And I also studied Tai Chi, and I have a certificate to teach Tai Chi.
Oh, you
for
have a
better balance.
certificate? Wow.
For Tai Chi.
Was that hard to do?
Yeah, it was. Well, it wasn't a work. I got it up at Quinnipiac College, and the teacher, Elizabeth Baker, she was a professor at Yale, and she came to teach us, and we had people from California, other teachers. So it's not a lot of movements, just a few.
But I think the big difference between Spring Forest, Qigong, and some of those other practices is that it's all about the movement of those practices. But with the Spring Forest Qigong, it's also about what you're doing with your with your inner body, with your brain, conjuring up these positive emotions, inviting the spirit of your master to enter into your body and into your spirit. And I've never seen that in Tai Chi classes or in the couple Qigong classes that I took that were not Spring Forest. They were mostly the movement, people are moving. So why am I moving like this? Why am I doing this? It's like, I think Spring Forest adds a little bit more to it.
Okay, so show me one of those.
Show you one of those.
Yeah, one of those. I remember a friend of yours and who was in the class with us, and she says every morning she still does this.
She does it now?
Well, a jumping kind of.
Oh yeah, she's talking about the.
Yeah, jumping.
One of the things that you do is you bounce.
Yeah, that's what she did.
Yeah, and there are many Qigong practices that bounce, and this just kind of opens up all the energy channels in your body. And if you bounce and you realize, wow, my shoulders aren't, nothing's happening there, then you know that you have a blockage there, and you kind of can go with that.
Yeah.
But the one that I wanted to show you is called the breathing of the universe.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
And you just stand with this ball of energy between your hands. And you put it in front of what's called your lower dantian, and you invite light to come into every pore, every pore and through every hair in your body, and then you compress it and push it out. And as you do, you let go of anything that you hold in your spirit that doesn't serve you. If you have anger, if you have hatred, or you have stress, and you don't have to define those things. You can just know that you're going to be letting it go when you kind of push those things out and they leave your body and go to the ends of the universe. And this was like one of the most powerful and first movements that worked for me when I was doing Spring Forest Qigong. And it's like, when it suddenly happened, you go, wow, that's pretty cool.
That's wonderful.
I want more of that, I want more of that. So it's called the breathing in the universe, and sometimes in the morning I can do just this for maybe 5 or 7 minutes, because you have to really slow everything down so that you can let the light in, and then so that you can let everything go that's not serving you. And the emotion that you invite to come into your body while you're doing this is the emotion of joy. So it's great. I love it. So that's just me. I'm not trying to push it down anybody's.
No, but
I really believe in it, and so that's why I love to talk about it and show it to people.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that I'm trying to convert people.
No, I never felt that way. In the Tai Chi that I do, we have similar kind of things, because it's basically, I was doing that to help senior citizens for better balance.
And the Tai Chi, the Chi of Tai Chi is the same as the Chi of Qigong, right?
Yeah.
Which means life.
Yeah, it means the force of life. And we would have the ball, like in the same.
The energy ball.
Yeah, just.
Oh, is that? Yeah, that's right. That's one of the moves too.
Yeah, that's what we would do, and then, well, a whole bunch of other well, not a bunch, but a few. It's really good. So, yeah.
Very positive.
Yeah.
Very positive.
It's a positive thing to start your day with, or like even before you get out of bed. Thinking.
Yes, you can start pushing the different. Like I always push here every day. I push here every day. Here. I mean, there's about 10 places. And to me, it's like, you tune your radio and to get it right into the station so that it's just lined up just perfectly.
Otherwise, you got 2 stations.
Yes, or something like that. That's exactly what that's good. That's exactly what it feels like when I do these things. And of course, I wish everybody could feel it, but you have to practice it. You have to practice it every day. So that
practice is important.
Yes.
It is.
It just doesn't happen unless you practice.
And then you get to that place, like some people call it nirvana, but I don't know about that. But anyway, you do get to another, and as you do it more often, it becomes a part of your being, so that it's not like separate from you. It's not like you say, gee, I do Qigong. It's like you just,
It is, it's an all day thing, it's an all day.
it's an all day thing.
Right.
And you're just doing it. And because your mind has aligned with that spirit, I feel.
With the universal energy.
Yeah, the universal energy. Yeah. And everything's in the universal energy.
And then above the universe is the divine
Wow.
energy.
Yeah. But the way to get through it is
To get to it.
Yeah, you have to get to it.
To allow it in, to just allow it in.
Yeah, you have to be.
So yes, that is something else I'm very involved in. But I guess in the village here, it's the Tuesday Troubadours that have really, really kind of taken off. And I'm very happy that that's happening. And
Me too.
And we had a book with 365 songs in it. And I bought another book with a new 365 songs in it. And I bought 15 of them so that the people who come participate have the book. So it kind of keeps everybody on the same page. And it's really the glue that helps make it work, because we all have we could all sing You Are My Sunshine, but if we don't have the chords in front of us, so You Are My Sunshine is very simple. We don't want to sing that all day. So we have much better songs in those books.
Have a whole repertoire. And some people even do it on their phones. They
pick up the lyrics.
They can pick up the lyrics on their phones, not the notes.
Yeah, because not everybody has an understanding of what those notes are all about. All they know are the words. So it's perfect for them to just be on the phone.
Yeah, it is. And we all get along.
Right.
Yeah. So it's been a good time. I'm glad that you came here to talk to me. Also, when I was talking to you before, we talked about you doing dancing. Do you remember that as a younger person?
Well, yes. Well,
You don't want to talk about it?
no, I don't mind talking about it. I could tell you the story if you like.
Oh, yeah, I want to hear the story. I love stories.
Okay, so I graduated from college. I was a theater major. I was an actor, and I still love to act, by the way. I moved to Minnesota, but I got a job with a company called Instructional Dance Theater. And what our job was to go into the public schools in St. Paul, Minnesota, and teach creative movement.
Oh, how fun.
So, and I was keeping a journal then, and I was writing about how much I was enjoying and how much I liked being with the children and everything. And life went on, and I needed more money than I had. I had to get a job, so I got a normal job, quote unquote, working in a hotel, the Hyatt on Union Square in San Francisco. I guess it was a very good job, but it wasn't for me. And I needed a new job, and then I realized that I had all these journal entries about how much I liked working with children. And so I quit, and I got a job working with children for $7.50 an hour, which was like a major reduction in how much I was making. But it was the right place at the right time and the right fit for me. So I quickly, my boss was very generous and gracious and sent me to the Montessori Training Center to become a Montessori teacher. And then I worked for 33 years in early childhood.
Yeah. Montessori is such a wonderful thing.
Montessori is a very good system for teaching children, especially how to read and write and about life. It was wonderful. I really liked it.
I remember up in Connecticut, there were some children that went to the Montessori school, little tykes.
They're all individual, and they're all very different. It's not. It's really up to the individual school about how good a Montessori school is. But we had a very good Montessori school. Our children really learned how to read and write, and you could have a very sophisticated conversation with an 8-year-old.
That's wonderful. That's a wonderful thing.
It was.
One thing that impressed me about Montessori school, the children that went there, they picked up their toys and put them away.
Oh, yes.
And they couldn't.
And they push their chair in when they stand up at a table.
I thought that was wonderful. I said, I should have sent my children there.
Maybe you should have.
well,
Yeah, some of them are expensive.
it was pretty pricey, and
Yeah.
that didn't fit in the budget.
Yes, that was a real stepping stone for me, working in early childhood. It was very busy though, of course. So even though I started learning Qigong while I was still in California, I didn't have the time to do it like I do now. Now every morning I can do it, so.
And all day. Or
Well,
whenever you want to.
part of it follows you through the day, that's
Yeah,
what.
and whenever you want to, and whenever you feel like you need a new start, you know, if things aren't just going right, start a new day.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Yeah, it works pretty good. So I want to thank you for coming, and thank you for coming back into my, not back in, but coming into my life.
Oh, you're very welcome. Very happy to have you.
And it's wonderful. You know, we have a village that is beyond any village that I can imagine. We have people here who have done all kinds of wonderful things.
All kinds of things, yes. You meet people, if you give them a chance to tell you about what they've done, you find out that some people have done some amazing things. And a lot of people are not hanging it up, you know, they're still out there, they're still going, they're still
moving.
thriving, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's-
I see that. That was one thing that I loved about coming here. And I was coming here every morning, and I just met a whole bunch of people. And if you sit down and talk to somebody, because like you said, most people are not out bragging, I did this, I did that, they're not like that. Most people here are I would say conservative, you know, but when you talk to them, you realize that's why Get to Know Your Neighbor is such an interesting program.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love the dances that they have here. They have dances.
And you're up there boogalooing, I see you.
I try. I try to keep move it or lose it, or
Yeah.
you know. So
And my cardiologist said that. Just keep on moving.
trying to keep moving.
Just
Right.
keep moving, because you can't, you know.
And I have so much to explore in New Jersey since I lived in California for so long. I really left when I was 17, came back when I was 64. So I have a lot of East Coast to explore.
You know, I do too, more than I realized, because I lived a long time in Connecticut. And of course, I grew up in New Jersey, but we were at the shore because we had a business. So I didn't get to travel all around New Jersey. You know, Saturday I was in Trenton. I don't know from Trenton. You know, right across the way, it's Bucks County, you know.
Oh, it's that close to
No,
Pennsylvania?
I didn't think it was that far.
Oh, my phone is going off.
Oh, okay. Is our interview over if your phone goes off?
I said, text me so we can get out of this interview. Text me so.
Well, there is
No.
a lot. Didn't you go up to some kind of shrine recently?
There's that shrine in Robbinsville.
Yeah.
Is that yeah, there's a beautiful shrine. It's a temple. It's massive, and the courtyard is massive. The village is going there this month.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I signed up and I got a ticket.
It's a very nice. Considering it's so close, and it's the biggest temple I think in the United States.
Is
There
it?
are a couple. There's one in Chicago and one in California, I think, but the one here in Robbinsville is the biggest one. It's all very, very new right now. So it almost looks unreal that it's so clean and so new, but
It's real new.
it's spectacular. It's worth seeing.
I will. Well, thank you very much for listening, and I'm so glad that you all live here in our village. You know, this is the time of your life, to have the time of your life. So enjoy your life.